The first burst lasts less than a second. 30mm rounds tear through the air at over 3,000 feet per second, each one carrying enough force to rip through steel like paper. Below, a fast attack boat turns sharply. Too late. The ocean erupts. In an instant, the target is gone. No explosion, no warning, just erased. This wasn't supposed to happen. Not here. Not like this. Because for decades, the rules of naval warfare were clear. And in a single engagement, the A-10 Warthog broke them. The Strait of Hormuz is one of the most dangerous choke points on Earth. At its narrowest point, it's barely 21 miles wide. Thousands of ships pass through it every year. Oil tankers, cargo vessels, military patrols. But hidden within that traffic is a different kind of threat. Small, fast, cheap, deadly. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps built an entire doctrine around it: swarm warfare. Instead of one powerful warship, they deploy dozens of small attack boats. 30, 40, even 50 at once. Each one armed with rockets, machine guns, or explosives. Individually, not dangerous. Together, a nightmare. Now imagine you're commanding a US destroyer. A $2 billion war machine like the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Your radar scans the horizon. Dozens of fast-moving contacts. Too many to track perfectly. Too fast to ignore. You have the firepower to destroy them. But there's a problem. Every time you pull the trigger, you're spending over $1 million. One missile, one boat. Do the math. You win the battle, but you lose the war of attrition. And worse, your ship can run out of ammo. Because once your launch system is empty, you're out, forced to retreat, exposed. This is where everything changes. Because the solution doesn't come from a new weapon. It doesn't come from stealth technology. It doesn't even come from the Navy. It comes from a relic. The Fairchild Republic A-10 Thunderbolt II, the Warthog. An aircraft built in the 1970s, designed for a completely different war. Slow, ugly, indestructible, and armed with one of the most terrifying weapons ever mounted on a plane, the GAU-8 Avenger. But the A-10 doesn't fight alone. High above the chaos, a Boeing P-8 Poseidon watches everything. From 30,000 feet, it maps the battlefield, every boat, every movement, every threat. It identifies which targets matter and sends that data instantly to the A-10. This is modern warfare, not brute force, but sequence, detect, assign, destroy. By the time the A-10 arrives, the fight is already mapped. The Warthog descends. 15,000 feet, 10,000, 5,000. Now it's inside the swarm. Where faster jets struggle, the A-10 thrives. Its straight wings allow tight turns at low speed. The pilot can see everything, track everything, control everything. First weapon, laser-guided rockets. Cheap, precise, devastating. One shot, one engine destroyed. Another, another. Within seconds, the swarm begins to break. Formation collapses, chaos spreads. And then, the gun. The trigger is pulled. The GAU-8 spins. In less than a second, dozens of rounds leave the barrel. The sound isn't heard first. It's felt. A deep, mechanical roar. The rounds hit the water, and even near misses are lethal. Shockwaves slam into hulls. Engines shatter. Structures collapse. Direct hits, total destruction. Boats don't sink, they disappear. Here's the part no one expected. The A-10 isn't just effective, it's efficient. Each rocket costs a fraction of a missile. The cannon carries over 1,000 rounds. And most importantly, it stays for hours. While ships must reload, while jets must return to base, the Warthog circles, waiting, watching, controlling the battlefield. It doesn't just win the fight, it owns it. This changes everything, because now the Navy doesn't have to waste its most expensive weapons on the cheapest threats. The A-10 becomes a shield, a filter, a force multiplier. It handles the swarm, so the fleet can focus on real threats: missiles, aircraft, warships. This isn't just tactics, it's economics. And for the first time, the math favors the United States. For years, warfare has chased complexity, stealth, AI, hyper-expensive systems. But the Warthog proves something different. Winning isn't about having the most advanced tool. It's about using the right one at the right time, in the right sequence. Because in modern combat, speed of decision, cost of action, and time on target matter more than anything else. The swarms are still out there. The boats are still fast. The threats haven't disappeared. But something has changed. Now, there's a constant presence in the sky, a low, rumbling warning, a reminder that the rules are no longer the same. Because sometimes, the future of warfare doesn't come from the next generation. It comes from something that refused to be retired. The A-10 didn't just return, it rewrote the fight.